Hey guys, Deborah Clore here from journeyoffaithandhope.com. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm hitting you guys up on a beautiful Sunday morning, and just in service this morning, just had a just pretty cool thought hit me, challenging and encouraging. Just a great sermon at our church, just about our town and loving our town. And while we were there, just saw a gentleman come into the church that I didn't recognize from church, but I recognized just from hangouts around town and stuff. And it just got me thinking about something that I wanted to share and was just kind of meditating on throughout the morning. But I just thought about when folks from the community, and maybe even folks that from like maybe less than holy establishments or whatever you want to call. But anyway, when they come into church and they're checking things out, either they've been invited or the Holy Spirit himself has just drawn them into your church, it got me thinking about, when they come into church, they're probably seeing people that they recognize from hangout places, throughout town and stuff like that. And I just got started thinking, like, what happens when these folks who are unchurched and maybe they're new to God and checking him out and stuff, what happens when they come into church and they hear about the love of God and they hear about, just the ways of Christ and just how much he loves us and just everything he's about, and then they see somebody they recognize from town. And what if when they get out in town and they see us claiming to be Christians not acting that way that Christ does? You know what I mean? Like, what if they see us out in town and they see us being super negative, or they see us being rude to like people who are serving us in the community? Or what if they hear us gossiping and tearing people down, or just being hateful or things like that? And I just thought, how sad would that be? That you have these folks who are desperate for love and desperate for acceptance and are coming to check out the house of God, the family of God. And, just how sad if we're not truly representing Christ when we are out and about. And don't get me wrong, I mean, God is a big boy. He can handle that. He can overcome that. He reaches people despite our failings, our hypocrisy. And so it's not like it's riding on our actions, by no means, because God is sovereign and he's bigger than our actions. But I thought, man, I personally would much rather be a part of that loving family that is 100% true, in church, out of church, honest about my mistakes, humble about asking for forgiveness, working on being more like Christ every single day. Like, I would much rather be a part of that story, and just that, that, what do you call it? Just that person's journey, like a positive part of that person's journey, so that when I see that person in church that I've seen out in town, I can be like, hey, how's it going? It's so good to see you. And there's not a two-face there. Like, it's the same person both in and out of church. And like I said, it's not about mistakes. It's not about, those rare things that happen when you are struggling or tired. It's not that, but it's, who are we on a consistent basis in the church and out of the church? I personally have met and know people who are very two-faced, or I've heard about someone who was hurt by something like that. Obviously there's movies and stories and books that are just kind of written about that and just how hurtful that can be. And so again, it's not like a condemnation thing coming at you today. It's really, like I said, this is something that I was meditating on, as a teacher in the community, as someone who does get out and is making new friends, most in part thanks to my husband, because he's a very social butterfly, and I've met a lot of people from him, through him. But, like I said, even before that, being a teacher in the community, when I was out and about, even driving, because people know my car. So out and about driving or in the community, there was like an extra, maybe piece of accountability for me. It's like, when I would think about my actions before I would do them, sometimes I did change what I was doing based on, what? Am I going to be a good representative? Is this Christ-like? Is this something that the Holy Spirit is asking me to do? sometimes I blew it and sometimes I was able to make a good choice. But I just want to encourage all of us to be a part of that positive journey of just folks in our community all over, like, understanding more about who Christ is because we're reflecting that. I guess that's kind of the bottom line, the gist of it. So, just as we go about, just something to think about, to pray about, to meditate on, and to be aware of. People are looking for that integrity. People are looking for who you are, both in public, in church, in the community, in private. And there's just something super, super comforting about someone who is a complete and whole person everywhere, where you don't necessarily wear these drastic different masks. So, like I said, just a bit of encouragement and just something to think about for all of us, myself included. So that's it for now, but I hope you guys have a great day, and make sure, if you haven't yet, check out journeyoffaithandhope.com. Sign up for newsletters. I've got a 7-day devotional that when you first subscribe, that'll come to you for, just for free, to say thanks for signing up. Definitely looking to just add some more devotionals and blogs. And if you are on Facebook, usually Sunday evenings, make sure you check out Firelight Faith and Friends, just for, again, just some stuff that I feel like God's been working on me with, and just stuff that we can learn and grow together. So thank you so much for checking it out, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.